A very good morning. Yesterday I started talking about shadow, and today we will uh, understand shadow work properly. So, we know that everything that exists in this world casts a shadow, and when it comes to us human beings, we just like the light aspect, we also have the shadow aspect to us. And most often, we do want to chase the light in us, but we do not want to cater to the shadow aspect of us. Let's understand this shadow aspect more in detail. So, we all know that we have unresolved issues and things which are there in us, and these unresolved issues are uh, sometimes from childhood or from your past experiences, specifically past relationships. All your relationships, whatever experience we have with people, is one of the things that shape us to be what we are. Also, we need to understand, why do we leave things as unresolved? Why don't we resolve them? So, one of the things is that we are never trained, or we're never told by anybody that we need to resolve things. As a child, we are never told by parents that you need to truly resolve things. We often do not delve there, because even resolving things sometimes trap us into the process itself. And because we have tried resolving them, but a lot of time we do not have tools, or we do not have we're not equipped to look at these we're not able to resolve, because we do not know how to resolve things. And a lot of time we also understand that when we want to resolve things with somebody, or about an experience, it's not just about me, it's about the other person also. Then how do I resolve? So the first thing you need to understand is that we need to resolve things at our end, from our perspective. uh, and when I say our perspective, a perspective which is not just biased towards me, but from a higher perspective. So, coming back to shadow, everything casts shadow, and brighter the light, darker the shadow. And that means that when we are too much into the light side, we often do not see the shadow. It's more hidden. It's the aspect, because the light is so dark, bright, that we're not able to see the parts of us which are hidden. So, what are these parts, and how are these parts hidden, right? So, understand it this way: we are triggered by certain aspects. We are triggered when certain things happen in our life. We are triggered when certain people do certain things in our life, right? So, something that might trigger me might not trigger you, or might not trigger the third person or the fourth person. So, we all have a unique triggering meter. And your triggers are, as I keep saying, your triggers are your way to the trauma, right? And the traumas are the thing or the cause which you have not resolved, which you do not have tools enough to resolve, something that has damaged a part of you. The first rule of shadow work is, we're not trying to fix ourselves. So, see, understand it this way: there are two aspects of us when we work on ourselves. One is self improvement, and the other one is self healing. These are two different words and often get mixed up. When we talk about self improvement, it is about in understanding that there are certain aspects of me which I need to change, because they're not good for my uh, you know highest good. So you would include certain habits. Say you would like to exercise, you would like to organize yourself. These are self improvement tools, and those are just helping you there. When we talk about self healing is deeper than just understanding self, working on the self. It's deeper aspect of uh, looking at our own self. Self healing is, it's not fixing ourselves. We're not trying to fix ourselves. Whereas in self improving, we were trying to fix. We were basically problem solving, right? So first thing we need to understand about shadow work is we're not broken. We not need to be fixed. We do not need to reprogram ourselves. We just need to deprogram. So to say, we are not broken, we do not need fixing, we just need to go back to the true self that we are. And going back to the true self, we need to see ourselves as completely, with a light as well as the shadow aspect of us. The shadow aspect which has been hidden to us by us, and majorly by us, and we have hidden those aspects of us because of certain reasons. Maybe it is the social conditioning, maybe we were never told to show our be our authentic self, maybe past experiences, traumas, which has made me hide certain aspect of myself, thinking that these are not, they've never helped me and they're not going to help me. When the shadow aspect of you, I'm coming back to the benefit of shadow work, every negative connotation has a positivity to it. And we're not talking about toxic positivity, because shadow work is something which is absolute opposite of toxic positivity. So say anything that we are suppressing or we feel is negative has a positivity attached to it, right? Like the way I gave example yesterday about a sensitive boy, today I will talk about a girl who had a family, or a male figure in her family or a female figure in her family who had been very aggressive when she was a child. And she has learned one very basic aspect of human nature, that anger is not good. And this is what her core belief, that this becomes her core belief, right? This becomes her belief structure. And when she grows up, she will try her level best to be anyone but not angry. And what happens in that is that she will accept everything and anything just because she doesn't want to get angry. So things like these. So coming back to the triggers, we need to understand that what is the intention behind why I do what I do. And this is purely being in awareness. This is purely about being in conscious understanding that whatever I am doing in life, there is a reason why I'm doing certain things in a particular way. And once we are very aware about it, it comes very, 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 it becomes easier for us to be our true self. And one more thing, why do we need to do shadow work? Because see, when we start understanding our light and the shadow aspect, and for this you really need compassion, because we can't see the dark part. When we start the shadow work initially, we were hiding them because we always thought that they're not good, right? They're not good. And when you start indulging in your shadow aspect, uh, you start accepting yourself. You start accepting that it is fine to be a certain way, because that's how I am, right? And when you accept your own self, the darker parts of you, you come back to your authentic self. Now the problem with shadow work, just like any other work, is that delving in emotions, right? And that is why I am saying that you cannot when you're looking at your own emotions, you can't be coming from the emotional side. You have to be just putting light enough so that you can see the darker sides of yourself, but you're not indulging in them. So to say, if I get a darker part of my own self that, I kind of do not like myself because I have this speaking problem, say, now I can go and indulge in it, and I can be again get into the victimhood where I'm, seeing it as like why and how and God knows what, because that's a loop. We're just putting light enough so that we can see, okay, I have this aspect, maybe, what do I need to do? And there's an entire process that you need to understand and go through with compassion and love for your own self. This is true love, this is true self-love. And without true self-love, you can't touch your higher self. Without true self-love, you can't touch the true authentic self of yourself. And this is what shadow work is all about. It is about seeing the shadow aspect of you, accepting it, finding the positive aspect of it, because it will have a positive aspect of it. And even if it doesn't have a positive aspect of it, it'll have something which you need to work on. And just by acknowledging it, you will understand that, the process is done. And this is what integration of soul is. We will talk about integration of soul tomorrow, because it's much more than this. What it means to be fragmented, what it means, fragmented aspect of us, and what it means, what integration of soul means. Thank you so much for hearing me. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.